Good evening to you. Many thanks for joining us tonight. You're watching KUTV Primetime News. Let's get the highlights. No one is above the law. Kindiki pledges not to back down in the fight against illicit brew. Transport CS Kipchumba Murkomen says developing Rift Valley roads will help bolster security in the region. Kilifi County begins demolition of unapproved construction of residential houses. And friends and family join in paying heartfelt tribute to the late Rita Tinina at the Holy Family Basilica in Nairobi. Remember, we are also live on YouTube at KUTV News Kenya, and you can send us your feedback on X at KUTV_Kenya at Anyango Sylvia KE. Our sign language interpreter tonight is Sami Okelo and Anyango Sylvia. We begin. Interior Cabinet Secretary Professor Kithure Kindiki has maintained his stance of not allowing the return of licenses to alcohol sellers who were registered contrary to the national law. Kindiki, in his security tour, also emphasized that the sale of illicit brew without proper management is a threat to the national security. Earlier today, Interior Cabinet Secretary Professor Kithure Kindiki commenced his security meetings tour in Migori, Nyamira, Kisii, Kericho and Bomet counties, later concluding his tour in Narok County. In all the meetings, Kindiki emphasized that he will not halt the ongoing war against sales and distribution of illicit brew in the country, likening it to a threat to the national security.
We have a national campaign which is relentless and permanent, and we will continue crushing drug cartels and people who are selling poison to the people of Kenya. We will continue crushing them mercilessly, and we are not going to listen to any voice, any distraction. We will remain focused.
Despite licensed revoked distributors threatening to go to court following the closure of their clubs, Kindiki clarified that their licenses had violated national laws and therefore he shall not back down in ensuring full compliance with the law.
Any license issued contrary to national law by virtue of our constitution, that license is null and void. Na wewe mwenye klabu, hata ukipewa karatasi na serikali ya kaunti ya kukubalia kuwa na bar nje ya shule, sisi national government tutakuja tufunge.
So far, 12,150 unlicensed clubs and 6,500 clubs with illegal licenses have been closed nationwide. Additionally, 14 distillers, chemists and agrovets operating illegally have also been closed. However, Kindiki issued a warning to leaders who use their positions to incite youths to engage in violence during meetings, promising to deal with them regardless of their political positions.
No one will be allowed to engage in lawlessness, breach of peace, or disruption of public meetings. And those leaders who are using our young men and women to cause chaos and violence in meetings, we said that we are going to arrest all of them.
According to Kindiki, incidents of terrorism and crime have decreased in the country following the anti-drug campaign launched on March 7th this year. At the same time, Cabinet Secretary for Roads, Transport and Public Works, Kipchumba Murkomen, has acknowledged that improving the road infrastructure is among the strategies needed to bolster security in the troubled Rift Valley region. Speaking in Turkana County, Murkomen mentioned that the government has devised strategies to ensure roads in the region are constructed to combat criminals and banditry.
Tunajua kwamba pia barabara zetu zingine yenye tungependa kufanya ni hiyo ya Konyao pale na Alale ikuje all the way mpaka Lorgum, na ningependa pia hiyo iende ipige kona iingie pale Limakori, ndio border wetu na Uganda. Hiyo design pia inafanywa. Ile ya Kerio mpaka Southward kama vile mheshimiwa anasema, tumeongea na hawa, na pia iko kanda Lapset corridor, because ile inatoka Isiolo ikuje all the way iko sasa katika mpango. Tunataka hii design ifanywe, tutafute our development partners, tufungue kwanza these very important security roads, so that wakati tunapambana na mambo ya insecurity, at least our people are coming together kufanya kazi pamoja.
And Kilifi County government has commenced demolition of unapproved constructions, especially on contested settlement schemes within the county. County Governor Gideon Mungaro has warned the Office of the Director of Criminal Investigation (DCI) at Mtwapa Police Station to stop meddling in land matters, saying that the many residents were being harassed by land grabbers and tycoons through the DCI office.
The Governor of Kilifi County, Gideon Mungaro, has warned the Director of Criminal Investigations, the DCI, to stop meddling in land matters, stating that many residents are being harassed by land grabbers through the DCI office. Mungaro says that all developments without approvals will be brought down and that he will bring to an end forceful eviction of residents in the county.
Kila siku watu wanashikwa, hata kuna wengine sasa hivi wanatafutwa bado wapatikane wapelekwe polisi. La kushangaza ni kwamba hawa mabwenyenye ambao wanatutatiza ndio wale waliokuwa wamejificha kwa huo muda huo wote paka shamba imepimwa.
Mtwapa residents complained that constant harassment by the police had rendered them poor since they feared investing on their land as their investments were being destroyed.
Polisi hajakuwa na uwezo wa kutambua stakabadhi ama title either iko legitimate ama it is not legitimate. Lakini kwa police station ya Mtwapa, tajiri yoyote akienda pale, yeye ni lazima asikilizwe bila wananchi kwa consulted.
Shimulatewa, member of County Assembly Harun Tete, say that they will stand with their people, lauding Governor Mungaro for acting on that matter.
Mtu yote hata uwe na title deed, ukijenga mradi hii county bila approval ya county utavunja, hata kama ni ghorofa 10. Must be very clear to the public. Kwamba hata ukijenga mradi kama ni ghorofa ngapi? 10. And this matters here DCI. DCI has no business with land. Kama ni land fraud, watu wa kuchunguza land fraud, watuambie kitu gani imefanyika ya fraud.
Kilifi County Executive Member CECM for Lands Jane Kamto claimed that the national government do not engage in the county government when planning on eviction.
Kuna mtu amejitokeza anasema ardhi hii yote ni yake. Ekari 100 na ekari 102 anasema ni yake. Mimi nataka niulize serikali, hawa wananchi ambao mnaona wako hapa na wengine ambao wako majumbani, watapelekwa wapi?
Zile sehemu tatu ambazo tunaona ziko na changamoto sahihi ni Mapandeni, sehemu ya Kijipwa, tuko na Shauri Moyo ambao waliitwa kwa security meeting as kamati. It's so sad. They went to that meeting only to be given an eviction order. Walienda na raha yote kwamba pengine tuaitwa tuenda kusikiza mambo mazuri. But walipofika pale wakapewa eviction order ambayo I'm repeating, sisi huwa hatujajulishwa kama ofisi.
More than 190 households at Mwendo wa Panya are staring at a fresh eviction after suffering the same fate in 2019. Salma Swaleh, KUTV.
That story was produced by our very own Linda Momanyi. Now, moving on, the communities living in the boundaries of Laikipia and Isiolo are now coexisting peacefully thanks to the about 20 million shillings Tura water project in the region. The water project follows a task force that was convened in 2021 to address the escalating tensions due to water scarcity in the two neighboring counties.
Water scarcity in Laikipia County, and especially during perennial drought, had resulted in residents fighting over scarce water resources, resulting in livestock theft, property vandalism, and even loss of lives. The communities can now rejoice after the launch of a 20 million Tura water project.
Tumesema zile rasilimali ambazo pengine wenzetu wa Isiolo hawana, kwa mfano maji, watu wanarasha parkour hawana maji, hakuna single bowl ambao wako nayo. Wako na damu moja tu. Sisi watu wa upande ya Tiamamut na Kijabe tukaamua haya maji tuwapatie, ili nao pia wapate maji, mifugo yao ipate maji, na pia conservancy ya Narupa ipate maji.
The water project follows a task force that was convened in 2021 to address the escalating tensions due to water scarcity in the two neighboring counties. The task force was composed of elders from affected communities, national and local government representatives, and supported by Northern Rangelands Trust Peace Department.
Sisi naona ile kitu naweza kuunganisha hii jamii ni maji. Hapo ilikuwa na shida ya jamii ambaye kuibiana kwa hiyo area. Mpaka hii shule ya Narasha ilifungwa, imechomwa. Unaona wizi ya ng'ombe, kuuana, ilikuwa hali ya juu. Mpaka hata county commissioner natembea ilikuja kwa hiyo area. Askari iliweka kwa hiyo area. Hii vita hii ni jamii moja naongea lugha moja, unashindwa kabisa. Unaona hata kiangalia haiwezi kutofautisha jamii ya Masai na Samburu.
The elders developed an initiative of providing water to residents as a move to tame the increased tensions among the four communities of Naibunga, Parkurut, Narasha, Tura, and Timamut. Residents say it has reduced tensions over water in communities, as it had been the case in previous years, and they were living in harmony.
Huu mradi ndio sasa uliweza kuvuta maji kilomita kama 3 kutoka kwa source borehole ambayo iko pale mpaka hii tanka ambayo inajengwa hapo nyuma yangu, ambayo sasa zinawiri wanaweza kusambaza maji kwa vijiji kwa maboma.
The Tura Water Project, which is supported by the Laikipia County Government, Northern Rangeland Trust, World Vision and other partners, is serving over 1,000 households. Edward Nyamo, KUTV.
The final memorial mass for departed journalist Rita Tinina, who died on the 17th of March, was today held at Holy Family Basilica Church in Nairobi. The mass, which was attended by families, friends, and colleagues, saw emotional tributes being read one after the other in remembering of the fallen soul. According to most of the mourners, the void she left cannot be filled. The report from the government's pathologist Peter Ndengwa revealed that Tinina died from severe pneumonia. Her funeral will be held on 27th of March at her home in No Superi farm in Olekirikai, Narok County. Now that sad story takes us to the very first break here on the bulletin tonight. International news is on the other side of the break.
Kaunti maarufu kwa kuzalisha maziwa na ukuzaji wa majani chai. Pia, serikali ya kaunti inawahimiza wakulima kukumbatia mitindo mingine ya kilimo kuzidisha mapato.
Kama kuna kikundi moja inafanya biashara ya kuuza kuku, hao pia tumewafadhili kuwafunza jinsi ya kuhandle zile kuku kwa sababu wanaleta kwa wingi.
Haya yote tunakuletea katika Boresha Kilimo, toleo la kaunti ya Bomet. Kilimo ni nguzo kubwa kwa ujenzi wa taifa.
Maelfu na maelfu ya wahamiaji wakiwa na watoto kutoka nchi za Amerika ya Kati wanaendelea kuwasili kwenye mpaka kati ya Marekani na Mexico.
But folks, I'm going. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Ni habari kutoka pembe zote duniani.
Pepo pasi vuguvugu. Pepo pa ni idea.
Tazidi ananyonya, hanyonyi vizuri, anakuwa hayuko comfortable.
Jeshi la Jamhuri ya Kidemokrasia ya Kongo linapambana na waasi wa ADF.
Kwa sasa wanatoa wito kwa mashirika, makampuni na vile vituo vya uchukuzi.
Mambo mengi yatakwenda kama yalivyopangwa.
Hapa ni kuna mmoja wa viongozi wa chama cha wavuvi katika eneo hili.
Zaidi tunajaribu kuwapa chanjo ili ina boost ama inanyanyua kinga ya mwili, hiyo inaenda kupelekea kupambana na virusi.
Ni Duniani Leo, Jumatatu mpaka Ijumaa, moja kwa moja kutoka VOA Swahili, Washington DC.
Are you an aspiring media practitioner, a graduate, or you just want to advance your skills in television production? Then welcome to Kenyatta University, where education meets innovation. KUTV, the premier university television station in Kenya, is now offering short courses in TV studio, field technical operations, and video editing. Through these courses, you will acquire hands-on skills on camera operations, media production, lighting techniques, audio-visual editing, and sound and visual control, and how to operate key equipment in modern TV control room. Enroll today at KUTV and discover your full potential in cutting-edge TV broadcasting. Graduates of these courses will receive professional certificates. For more information, visit our offices at KUTV Studios or call us on 020-870-4252 or 020-870-4255 or SMS us on 0739-110-544. KUTV, a new experience.
Welcome back. Remember to keep engaging with us on our social media platforms, on YouTube at KUTV News Kenya and on X at KUTV_Kenya, at Anyango Sylvia KE. Now, Thika District Business Community BEST has decried exorbitant licenses fee charged by the county government of Kiambu, saying that this could be the final nail to the collapse of their crippled businesses. Addressing the press after a consultative meeting that brought together hundreds of traders from the industrial town, the business people raised a litany of challenges they are facing in the hands of the devolved unit. Led by Thika District Business Association Chairman Alfred Wanyuike, the traders lamented increased licensing fee by the local government, saying that unless their issues are amicably addressed, most businesses will close down as they can no longer bear the expensive cost of running them.
Pia wanabiashara wamesema hii mambo ya license unalipa kidogo pande ile, unalipa kidogo pande hii, alafu naambiwa enda mahali fulani. Wanabiashara wamesema county ijipange, iweke hiyo mkakati yote, ukiingia mahali moja unalipa kila kitu, unatoka na license. Na ukilipa license iwe imejumuisha kila kitu kwa hiyo license. Hakuna mtu mwingine atakuja kukuambia uko na license ya county lakini huna ya fire ama huna ya nini.
The challenge that we have faced as business people is the invasion by a lot of informal traders we had a meeting earlier and we had agreed that they will start their business wares along the streets at around 6, but now it has come that they are starting as early afternoon.
And across our borders, United States President Joe Biden campaigned on his healthcare record this weekend, while his political rival Donald Trump had to focus on meeting a deadline to post a bond to a New York state court after losing a civil fraud case. VOA's Veronica Balderas, Ignatius report.
A
After being found guilty of persistent fraud in his business practices, former President Donald Trump faced a Monday deadline to post a $454 million bond to a New York state court. Trump announced Friday via his Truth Social platform that he had the cash and repeated arguments he previously made in Palm Beach, Florida, against the civil fraud case.
This was a rigged trial by a crooked judge and a crooked attorney general, but they'd like to take the cash away so I can't use it on the campaign.
The question of whether the witch hunt narrative could help Trump politically was posed to Democratic Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, interviewed Sunday on CNN's State of the Union.
Has there ever been a president, Republican or Democrat, that has been subject to this level of criminal charges, indictments, and investigations? This is not about party. This is not about politics. This is about corruption and criminality.
Appearing on NBC's Meet the Press, the former chair of the Republican National Committee, Ronna McDaniel, commented on reports about a new joint fundraising committee between the RNC and the Trump campaign, and whether it's appropriate for Trump to ask donors to pay for his legal bills.
If they feel strongly to support his legal bills, then they have every right to do so. And I think he's being very open that they're helping with his legal bill.
Also in the race for a second term in the White House, U.S. President Joe Biden held a virtual rally Saturday, joined by his Democratic predecessor, Barack Obama, and House Speaker Emerita Nancy Pelosi. Biden focused on the topic of affordable health care.
This election is about two different visions of America, as basic as that. My vision, our vision about the future, where folks have the freedom and security of affordable health care, low prescription drug costs, and just a little more breathing room, as my dad would say.
Biden reassured voters he would preserve the Affordable Care Act, also known as Obamacare, and criticized Trump for vowing to dismantle it, even as around 20 million people have signed up for it this year alone. Veronica Valderas Iglesias, VOA News, Washington.
Russia observed a day of mourning on Sunday following a deadly attack on a music venue in Moscow suburb. Islamic State took credit for the assault that killed 137 people. VOA's Arash Arabasadi brings us more.
Russian President Vladimir Putin lights a candle Sunday in memory of the victims of a mass killing at a music venue outside Moscow. Mourners lay flowers at a makeshift memorial at Crocus City Hall, the site of the deadliest attack in Russia in 20 years. Flags flew at half-staff at the Kremlin as Putin declared a day of mourning. It all started Friday at Crocus City Hall, a suburban Moscow music venue where gunmen stormed the building with automatic weapons and, according to Russian investigators, then used a flammable liquid to set the facility ablaze. Authorities say they've detained 11 people suspected in the attack, bringing them to the Russian Investigative Committee headquarters in Moscow. Little was left of Crocus City Hall by the time rescue workers began digging through debris. U.S. officials have said the Islamic State terror group's Afghan affiliate, known as Islamic State Khorasan, was behind the attack. But inside the Kremlin, officials began accusing Ukraine of involvement. Putin addressed the nation and, without evidence, said the attackers were moving towards Ukraine and that a passage was prepared for them on the Ukrainian side to cross the border. It is a claim refuted by U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris.
No, there is no whatsoever any evidence, and in fact what we know to be the case is that ISIS-K is actually, by all accounts, responsible for what happened.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said, quote, Putin and other scumbags are just trying to find someone else to blame, adding that Russian forces invading his country could have stopped such a deadly attack if not preoccupied by war. Russian investigators say they found weapons and other evidence linked to the attackers as they begin the process of piecing together the night's events. And while much of the recent news outside Russian embassies and consulates focused on the still mysterious death of opposition leader Alexei Navalny, at the embassy in Serbia, people laid flowers, lit candles, and signed a book of condolences. The United Arab Emirates illuminated iconic buildings with the Russian flag in solidarity with the night's growing list of victims. Arash Arabasadi, VOA News.
Now that story takes us to the second break on the broadcast tonight. Don't go far, we'll be back with sports.
Maelfu na maelfu ya wahamiaji wakiwa na watoto kutoka nchi za Amerika ya Kati wanaendelea kuwasili kwenye mpaka kati ya Marekani na Mexico.
But folks, I'm going. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Ni habari kutoka pembe zote duniani.
Pepo pasi vuguvugu, pepo pani idea.
Sazidi ananyonya, hanyonyi vizuri, anakuwa hayuko comfortable.
Jeshi la Jamhuri ya Kidemokrasia ya Kongo linapambana na waasi wa ADF.
Kwa sasa wanatoa wito kwa mashirika, makampuni na vile vituo vya uchukuzi.
Mambo mengi yatakwenda kama yalivyopangwa.
Hapa ni kuna mmoja wa viongozi wa chama cha wavuvi katika eneo hili.
Zaidi tunajaribu kuwapa chanjo ili ina boost ama inanyanyua kinga ya mwili, hiyo inaenda kupelekea kupambana na virusi.
Ni duniani leo, Jumatatu mpaka Ijumaa, moja kwa moja kutoka VOA Swahili, Washington DC.
Lola is an app that gives you a chance to watch videos, listen to audios, and read articles wherever you are for free. Motivational stories, dramas, campus life, technology, lifestyle, adventure, sports, academics, jobs, entertainment, and more. Download Lola now on Play Store. All you need, you got Lola.
From the hospital corridors, we bring you experts to discuss issues affecting your health. From diet to mental health, the familiar and the ignored are both put into perspective. We then dive into the environment and look at the effects of climate change and its solutions. Join me, Mutegi K. Martin, every Friday at 9 p.m. as we learn on how to better our health while taking care of our environment. Only on KUTV.
Welcome back. Now, in preparation for Wednesday afternoon's Four Nations tournament final, Harambee Stars head coach Eugene Firat has sent a strong message to his team about the risk of underestimating Zimbabwe. Firat offered his admiration to Zimbabwe while highlighting the need to stick to a solid defensive plan against a squad that showed incredible fortitude and character in rallying from a 2-0 deficit against Zambia. Firat is cautious of the possibility of smugness after the convincing victory over Malawi, in which Harambee Stars keeper Michael Olunga scored 2 goals in the first half. Now that is it from us. Thank you so much for joining us tonight and keeping us company. On behalf of the production team, we thank you so much. Our sign language interpreter tonight has been Samuel Kelo and Anyango Sylvia. Have a good night.